Gentlemen, football is back, man. Where's y'all head at right now? How y'all feeling? Anton Benson. What up, Anton?
Let's go.
And you see this guy, 85's personal agent and his number one fan. All right, Roku Sports host, Mr. Alex Stevens. Alex, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, brother? I'm so happy today.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught.
What up? What's up, my peeps? It is your number one fans here at the Washington Football Roundtable. It's your boy Anton, a.k.a. Mr. Awesome Artisans, a.k.a. Mr. Moral Support. And I got my boy Alex here with me. Come on, Alex. Let's show it out.
What's going on? How y'all doing, fella?
Hey, what's up with your boy? And I got my boy down here, Sean Spencer, wrapping it out.
What up?
What's up, fellas? Man, it's been a long time since we talked, bro. It's been a long time. I missed y'all. I'm ready to talk with y'all, and I'm ready to eat some shit about this damn team right now. So we got a lot to talk about, right? It's been a long couple weeks, about 3 weeks. We've been eating shit, right? So, Sean, we've been disgruntled. We've been struggling. We've been getting hammered last 3 weeks or 3 games. We lost our mojo, right? So we needed to get it back, right? And we got our win last week. It was a bad one, but we got it. Alex, talk. What's something that you see from those weeks?
I see that, coming off that bye, especially, coming into the Saints game, some teams come out hot after a bye, fresh legs, having them days off, and then some teams look a little rusty. I think we started off hot, in the first half, and then the second half, we looked a little, it's like we fell off a little bit. We had our ups and downs, but it happens, what I'm saying? We're still a young team that we're still developing and still trying to get everything going, so it's going to happen. But yes, it was an ugly win. It was a nail biter. Definitely don't want to go down to the wire like that at the 1 yard line. I thought we was gonna go to overtime with it, but they really try to finish us off, man. Thank God that they didn't get it. But
I mean, they had to cheat to try and win, but you know what I'm saying? It was like a classic Redskins game where everything went down to the wire for our defense to try and win the game.
Yeah.
It was classic, and it was everything of like the stressor that we've always been used to about our defense being put in the last 50-some seconds in the game, and here comes their offensive team ready to score, and they do. And then they, walk off our field, hi-ho and tippy-toe because they got the last score. Sean, tell me, I know you was tired of that shit.
Yeah, no, tale of two halves. You were up 17-0. As far as 8 minutes left in the third quarter, and we kind of just fell apart. So, got to figure something out. But I think there's tape on us. There's injuries. There's a lot of issues surrounding the team, as far as who's playing, who's not.
Right.
What's going on. So, a win is a win for sure. But I think it's going to be interesting going down the stretch for sure.
It will be. I feel like, this is a great improvement completely just because, one, we got it announced about how good our team is. And the last time we were this good was 1999 when North Turner was our coach. That's a long time. And
yeah, I think it was 1990. Did they say 1992? I think since we 9-5, starting off 9-5. I think that's what he said. I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong now, but it was 1992. But that's a very long time, like you said, Anton. That's crazy. That's good though, man. That's awesome.
To have this kind of record, to have this start, it's a great feeling, period, for our fan base to know that, okay, we weren't just played out about how our players were, our players can mash together, they can work. So last week, it was a tale of halves. Sean, you're right. We had literally one good team, and then we had one par team. We couldn't finish, and it was everything and penalties that we were facing. Like, we were facing ourselves. We couldn't catch the ball. We were dropping everything. We were letting them score, and we couldn't finish anything. So, in that game itself, did we have, how do we grade ourselves? I graded us as C coming back 10 days. We were just sitting on our ass. Are we going to be warmed up for Philly? We should be. So, Alex, do you think after these last weeks, do you think we learned anything? Should we have? Because we're going to need it. We're going to need the full train coming into Philadelphia, or having Philadelphia come in our house.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this speaks a lot to, how Washington has been over for a very long time. I mean, when we play real good teams, we have a chance to win. Sometimes we do win, Y'all remember a couple years ago versus the Steelers, they're like 11-0, and we came in and beat them, you know what I mean? But when we play against terrible teams, like the Saints, they're not really doing very well. The Cowboys, I know it's a rival game, but still no excuse. It's like we flat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing against these teams that seem like the easy teams? But it just goes to show every Sunday, you can't look back. You always got to put your foot down on throttle, and because anything could happen in a glimpse of a moment. You know what I'm saying? All these games are tough. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. And these players, this young team is, they starting to notice that. We had to get it through adversity, and I think versus the Titans and the Saints, yes, it was ugly. It was rough. The Titans, we played pretty good, but versus the Saints, it was ugly. It was rough, but we got the W, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy as a fan, man. I know we're going to go through the ups and downs, but I'm happy as a fan that we're 9-5. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how Washington is. We have good days. We have bad days.
No, you're right. And you can add something to it, Sean. Like, now that we've got some of this mojo, like, all right, we've got some of this confidence going into this game. What do you expect the coaches and them to be at a level coming into this game? Like, do you feel like, all right, we learned, we're trying, or you feel like they're still going to be battered and bruised going into this game?
Well, I don't know if we necessarily need to change some. I think it was a great point that you made, Alex, about that those games where we beat Philly when they were undefeated, and we beat Pittsburgh when they were undefeated. What was about our teams that allowed us to do that is that we believed, we were juiced, and we came in there with house money. And I think that's what the Saints did. We got up, and we maybe all of us expected to kind of walk away with it, but the Saints aren't a dead team, in my opinion. They're playing for their coach. They came into this one, since he came in there, they were 3-1. And like Dan Rizzi, Rizzi, their coach. He's got those boys jacked up so much that he got more out of Chase Young than we've got in the last several years that we had the guy.
Yeah,
so you're right about that.
I honestly, I think the way he's got them playing is good, but at the end of the day, like y'all said, they had 2 rookie quarterbacks. They had a number of injuries on their team, so it should not have been that close. But I kind of think that, I'll say this: we can't make the mistakes in the second half. We can't make the same mistakes in the second half this coming week or even the next week.
Really, yeah. No. You're right about that, bro. You're right about that.
And I think part of it is that we're not. I hate to say it, but I think we were all fooled. We all took the fool's gold of the first half of the season.
Yes.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, we all did.
All right, so we got some of that out of the way, right? Well, I'm gonna be frustrated, and I need to let some of that frustration out, because at this point, I'm just frustrated with our coach, right? I'm frustrated with Cliff Kingsbury. I'm frustrated that man is not letting our quarterback have his chance. I'm frustrated that we don't have the weapons used as properly as they could be used. So that is a little bit of my reasoning of why we have not been able to finish in the fucking second half. Because it's been the last couple games where we have faltered. We've got all these penalties. We're sitting there kicking the ball. We're missing the field goals. I'm sorry. I'm blaming my coach for not putting the gas pedal where he needs it to. Stop being safety and letting our damn quarterback do his thing that he needs to do. Out there trying to worry the defense. Let them mess up, Stop putting it in our hands that we try and make the play. Alex, I let out my steam. Give me something. I know you
Yeah, with Cliff, man, I'm still giving credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Our offense is definitely looked very good this year. Obviously, you're not gonna every week you're not gonna look great every week. So you're gonna have your teams. Teams are gonna start looking more games, more film. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be tough. But yeah, here lately, I think Cliff, and I think that's just what it is, man. Teams got more film, and he's looking mediocre right now. So hopefully we get back to that, fast pace, that no huddle, that score down the field, score in the red zone. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean it's definitely gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough. I still love Cliff though. I'm glad that we picked this guy. He's definitely better than Scott Turner and the guys that we did have. So shout out to Cliff though, man. It's definitely gonna be tough. You know what I mean? Especially with the rookie quarterback that has his ups and downs. He's gonna have that. And Terry McLaurin with really a number one. You don't have Noah Brown. And you got these guys. Luke McCaffrey and Zakisic and De'Ami Brown and these guys. They're still trying to find a spot at who's gonna be that number two guy. And then Zach Ertz, he's a veteran, but you got these guys like John Bates and that rookie. Ben Sinnott that hasn't really shown nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely tough. It's definitely tough. Teams can take advantage of that. No question. So yeah.
I mean, we were talking about that too, Sean, about how these guys need to step up, like these backups. Zakisic is trying. Like you see, we were watching some of that film about how their little mistakes are causing them to get kicked off the field. And it was the one. What was it? The play. Zacchaeus had in the first quarter, the touchdown that he had, but he was offsides, and they called a flag on him. It's plays like that it's like discipline, the mental discipline of all right, know where you are on the field, so that you don't get no flag called. But he didn't. He was lined off wrong. He got the flag, and he missed his own 6 points. He was off the field as soon as we saw it. The boy got pulled off the field. It was on the sideline. I was like, oh. You got to learn his lesson somehow. I don't know what to say. You missed your chance. So that's where I feel the same opportunity that these guys are trying to get, they're not taking full opportunity of. And that's where I'm frustrated about why these guys are not getting it. Terry had them 3 catches, and I'm just like, boy, you are just one step behind. What is going on, Terry? Whatever Gatorade you had slowed you down in that second half. But, Sean, I know you got some pointers about that second half other than that led us to what was going on.
Well, yeah, I think I kind of, this is where I kind of miss some of the old play calling that we used to have, because you guys have called it. I mean, you guys both said it. When we had J.D. McKissic and the way that they would use him in the background and have him going in motion and then kind of doing a run or a screen or something, it's like they're not doing that. And then you have, I mean, look, with Noah Brown not in there, Olamide Zacchaeus is going to be, I guess, at one point he was going to be our number 2, but then he had his drop issues. I think Jameson Crowder can be that, but I mean, it's hard to expect things to go well when you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. You don't have all the pieces on there. So, I mean, a little bit of it is, maybe being exposed, but I think another part of that is that, we don't have the players on the field right now consistently, because like Alex talked about De'Ami Brown. You know, he hasn't gotten to be the guy every day, all
Yeah.
day, you know, where this is your job to lose, you
I agree.
know? And he's out, he's blah, 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 you know what I mean? And so, you know, is that on Diami or is that on the team for not giving him the best option? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think you can say
Right.
that with a lot of different situations.
And you know, you're right about that. Is bringing Jason Crowder back is like
I love
I
Jameson.
see him. I see him.
Love it.
Or I see him in a few situations on an offensive call. So he's not just PAT. He's actually special teams. He's actually getting in some mixed plays. So he might be back in those screen plays that we used to see him in. You know, Zacchaeus ain't catching or ain't getting upfield far enough. Diame is getting somewhat, but this is where like they're showing who's getting the better. What is it? What do we call it? Yak stats.
Yak
The
yards,
other
yeah.
part about it is we gotta. I think you guys were talking about Cliff. I think where we do have to kind of fault him is some of his play calls seem a little bit Eric Bieniemy-ish, where we're trying to have these longer routes, and we're trying to go deep. There's a lot of opportunities that we had that we could have exploited them with their pass rush and just kind of hit those quick hitters, let them come in and hit the screen right underneath them. So a lot of it is kind of, I don't want to say playing down to the opponent, but a lot of it is kind of like, okay, who do I have? Now, what can I do with these guys that I have on this team?
Yeah.
And I think trying to learn that on the fly and then, also looking ahead, because, I mean, it's easy to say we probably looked ahead of this game because, it's like, oh, the Saints, they're not that great, blah, blah, blah. So we got 3 big games that absolutely matter. And if we were going to lose one, this could have been the one that we lost. Thankfully, we didn't. But I think it's a lot. They got a lot of stuff they got to work out.
I mean, we got a lot of process on the fact that we are still a new crew all together, and they are working this fluid right now. One, there's a lot of frustration because you think the crew is supposed to be all together that quick. Everybody wishes it to happen, and it's you still see some of the mistakes where it's like, oh, why is this happening? And we're this late into the season. We know everybody's got Cliff's number at this point. They know his plays in and out. The best linebacker, the best safety, the best cornerback, they got his number on when they're going to get an INT at this point. And, we've talked about JD's, window. It's getting tight. Him getting an INT is going to happen. It's how great he comes and bounces back from it. That's going to be the better part of our team. I do hope JD is going to improve. I feel like he's going to be our good weapon, and hopefully, Cliff helps or lets him get improv. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I feel like he's becoming a robot out there. And Alex, you were saying that everybody's getting his number, but they're seeing his play. So they're not letting – JD isn't feeling like he's not being the improv quarterback like he is anymore. And, what do you see that should help, him be the better quarterback in this game?
I think, to me, I think Cliff just needs to let him be Jaden Daniels. Just let him do what he needs to do. I mean, y'all remember a couple years back when we had Heineke, and it's like Heineke. Everybody knew Heineke played better, when he ran the ball or ran on the outside and threw it, or let Heineke be Heineke. You know what I'm saying? It's like they were trying to make him do something that he wasn't. You know what I mean? And I think it's the same thing with Jaden. Just like them 3 games that we did lose, we all knew. I didn't want to hear it though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to believe it, but I could definitely tell that he wasn't 100%. But in that Saints game and in the Titans game, you could definitely tell that he's back to his mojo. He's back to moving very well. I feel like that's what we need. And that's one reason why we drafted this guy. Was because big time was because of his legs. Obviously he has a great arm. He has his accuracy and everything too. But But these guys really looked at him how mobile he was, and I think that's what we need in him is to use his legs and solidify what he's great at. So I think just let Jaden be Jaden, and I think we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? It's a rookie.
What if the defenses have stopped that? Because one of the things I've noticed that, especially in the way where we got exposed in the 3-game losing streak, it wasn't necessarily that we were out of the game. It's just that the defenses, Cleveland exposed us. And I know it's like, oh, we beat them 34-13. You know, how did they expose us? Well, what happened is they blitzed on rush downs. So that would shut down the middle. And then whenever we run the read option, they just let Jaden run. And I get the point. I get the point about, let's let him do his thing. But Heineke did his thing because things broke down and Heineke wanted to do his thing. It wasn't because Heineke was that damn good that he can do his thing.
No.
I think the issue, and I'm not attacking him at all. I think the issue now is I don't know how much of it's on Cliff and how much is it on Jaden, because there are still times in the game, and I was watching it with you, Anton, where you can see Jaden takes it and he one read brings it down and he thinks I can run past everybody. And that's something that, I guess we can put that on being college or whatever, but I think that's one of the things in tape where the guys will watch what it is you're doing and they see what's your tendency and you're doing that. So, and the other part about it is, like you said, he got it back against the Titans and against the Saints. They all suck. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Like that's so what we've seen consistently this year, and there's a lot more to it. So I'm not going to just bring it down to this, but consistently, if he's playing teams that we should whoop, he gonna do his thing. But as you're seeing later in the year, they're still starting to figure it out a little bit. But with those good teams, they spread out the defense and they make him pass against us. But if you don't have the pieces to pass to, then you have an issue.
It's gonna be important. All right, now it's been a rough week. The holidays are here, so I'm gonna take us to a commercial, trying to bring us about our handyman in town. Sean,
hey, shout out to Ben Cornett watching the comments saying we're gonna get a wide receiver in the offseason. Scott saying OBJ potentially.
Hell no.
We'll see.
Hey, T. Higgins.
You know what the funny thing is? OBJ is still better than
almost everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
Really?
I wouldn't take him over Noah Brown.
Well, that's because you like Noah Brown better, right?
No, I'm just saying I saw him with Baltimore, and I saw him. He just not the same.
They have JD5.
Huh?
Did they have JD5? We all know JD5 is the X factor.
Yeah.
I mean,
OBJ, man. I mean, what? Who did he play for the Dolphins?
Yes.
And how did he do?
Did he have JD5?
I don't mean that.
I'm trying to give you credit to your
He had two. He had two with Lamar, and come on, bro. Let that go.
Tua can't play a full season, so I can't give you that. No, you can take that somewhere else.
But Tua, when he on. What do you mean?
Yeah, how many years has he been on?
I mean, look what he's done. He's playing now, ain't he?
Is that on?
I just don't think he'd be a good enough.
I mean, when he's on, he's playing. I mean, he's balling. Tua's nice.
So first of all, I think the conversation is Jaden. I think Jaden, we've seen that he can make the receivers that we have that aren't that great a lot better. We can agree on that one.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. Tua, I've seen what he did in college, and I know what he can do in the league. Tua can't stay healthy, so I get it.
I mean, he
has
can
Tyreek Hill. He also has Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and fast offense. I will say Lamar is better, but what I'm saying is receivers that we have right now outside of Terry, OBJ, I think will at least be, if he can stay on the field, will at least be able to do better than that.
It would definitely be an improvement, bro, but it wouldn't be a big, huge improvement.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I don't want OBJ.
I wouldn't want him. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't want him. I don't think it would be a huge improvement. Like if we get him in the offseason, that wouldn't be improvement at all. I'm sorry. That wouldn't be a change to me.
It It wouldn't be a
Well, yeah, but
consistent.
you want specific splashes, though. You want
No, not really specific splashes, bro. But I do want, like, okay, let's just say we don't get T. Higgins, right? But we get let's just, because that's a splash, right? That is a splash. Me, I would want a younger talent. I would, like you said, in the draft, I would definitely do that. I would want younger talent because obviously we can definitely see when it comes to Noah Brown, he's not as fast as De'Ami Brown. I mean, look at that. A younger talent. I would definitely want a younger talent. OBJ, he's a little older. You could definitely tell he lost a step. I wouldn't want it. I don't think it's a big, huge improvement. You know what I'm saying?
So that's he would
in my opinion, that's just me. I don't know.
He would be an improvement, but not a consistent improvement. Like, he doesn't have the consistency to be like, all right, he's going to step up as like the beat number 2. He's got his on and off games,
and he can't even stay healthy. I don't think. Yeah, he's been injured. He's been injured.
What are we comparing it to? What are we comparing it to? How many of our receivers have been able to stay healthy this season?
How many what?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want him, but your argument is that he can't stay healthy. Well, our receivers can't stay healthy, so it's not really. I get it. It's not really an improvement, but
it's not worth the splash to go get him to think, okay, he's going to make that much of a detriment.
Yeah, like a big change. Like, oh, he's going to make this big change in number 2.
Right now, and we needed a piece, I would take him right now, with just give him a couple dollars now. But he's not the guy that I would take for sure for long term. But I wouldn't take a Noah.
Would you take him over Dante Johnson? Is that the dude that got dropped by Baltimore? He played. Yeah, would you take him over him?
Yeah, I don't think that Deontay Johnson is that good. I think his best years were with Philly, and they had big name receivers ahead of him.
Well, Steelers. He played good with Steelers, right? He played good with Steelers, right?
Yeah, but when was that? How long ago was that? That's what I'm saying.
Was that a long time ago?
We did. Yeah, he was with the Panthers last year, right? Or did he go back to Pittsburgh?
Because I don't remember. I thought it was like 2 years ago. He was with Steelers, right?
Well, yeah, but how good was he with the Steelers?
He wasn't that good.
He wasn't. At the end of the day, we're going back and forth over stuff that don't matter because we're not going to get either of those guys.
No, we're not. We're going to stay in house for what we have because it's just we got enough people to try and improve the team for what they are, and we should be able to keep what's going.
Yeah. Now, if I can get him for the league minimum and have him play for these last 3 games and into the potential playoffs, I would definitely take him because we don't have anything else.
You talking about OBJ?
Yeah. Just for I'm not talking about if we have a full opportunity in the offseason, let's go get him and this is our big. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying right now, if he's free, I'd be like, why not?
These 3, hey, Sean, these 3, I agree with you. But that dude commented, he said in the offseason, get a younger player or OBJ. That's why I was like, the offseason, man, I would.
We're making more an empire of of wanting people to come. So I think, those big names would want to start playing on their best if they try and get over here. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we have somebody that's so bad. It's like, oh, if we come there, oh crap, this guy's.
And I think that's the point, Anton, that it's a lot less about what he's doing right now, because I know a lot of us are looking at the lens from right now. What has he done lately? Yeah. But I think it's more the name, the attention that brings.
That's exactly what it is.
I want to be here. So yeah, I would be all for bringing him in now, but not if we had it for next year.
Okay.
I agree with you.
All right, sirs. Since you had to interrupt me trying to send us out.
Bro, we got comments, man. I'm a fan of the comments. I gotta go to what they got saying.
Got to.
Are you on Facebook with that, or are you on YouTube with that?
That was on Facebook.
Okay.
So we can tell them to not comment. I was gonna comment. I like them commenting.
I like it. I don't get to know these things. I can't see it when I'm trying.
You don't got your phone on? It's on Facebook. It's on your YouTube channel, buddy. It's on both of y'all YouTube channels right now. Boy, I already got it set up.
Look,
he got it. He already got it.
Right now. I can't multitask right now.
I want the world to see, man.
Okay. Well, let's take us to a commercial, and we will be back. What's up, peeps? We back. It's your Washington Football Roundtable. It's your boy Anton back here, hosting these three gentlemen talking about some football. And yet here we are still arguing about all of what our team does and does not do. So we go back into the positives and we see a few things that have happened to our lineup, right? We've seen people disappear, we've seen people come in, we've seen people go. You know, new people come in, helping the team. You know, we've had Noah Brown come in, do great to helping out on the team. We've had a few people leave. Jamin Davis, you know, St. Juice.
Awesome.
Mr. Forbes.
Yeah.
We come to this conversation about the people that have left our squad that were originally the Carolina Panthers, apparently. You know, we just had to have all of them in our house. But we decided we got Forbes, and because he was our number one pick and he was supposed to be such a subjected talent of a player and he couldn't gain weight, you know, he only gained, 15 pounds in the one season. They were talking about him in the offseason, how he had gotten bulky to try and be the better player. If I'm not mistaken, somebody met him, didn't they? You know, didn't you meet him at practice there, Alex?
Oh, Forbes, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about when you met him?
What did you say?
What were your thoughts about him when you met him?
Like,
He was small.
Are you staying with the
He
team?
was small. No, he was small.
Yeah, he was skinny.
You know,
Yeah,
but
he was.
this is the player that we drafted. We thought the potential was there. The potential was not. So, with a lot of
I hope that won't me though. That jinxed.
Man, you shook his hand.
No, I was like, no, this man ain't no dog. What we talking about? Nah, we all
Don't
talking.
get into those no pictures now with that man and
Yeah. Nah, dog. I took a picture. I shook his hand and everything, dog. I was happy to meet him because the fans won't say nothing to him. He was about to go straight back into the locker room or whatever, and
The fans knew. It was like, let him go.
Yeah, fans knew.
Here that long.
But yeah, man. He was small. I think I was taller than him. I definitely was bigger than him. But it was definitely good. It was definitely a good moment, man. He was a humble dude, man. For real, he was a humble dude. And shout out to him, man. Wherever he goes, man. I hope he is successful for real.
You know, I do like. He just didn't work in our scheme. I just don't think he worked for our team. And he tried to help, try to work. It just didn't work out.
Right.
So we acquired Marshawn Lattimore.
Splash.
Great addition. What'd you say?
Splash.
Okay. We got that in echo too, boy. We got that in echo. So we got a notion that Marshawn Lattimore, great player, great consistency of a player, great veteran of a player. Give me your scoops on him, bro. What do you got about him?
Man, me and Sean and you, Anton, we were talking about players getting up, and I've been saying splash this, splash that, and I think Adam Peters, man. I think this is a great move. This is like a perfect move that I definitely was happy on, especially the splash. I mean, obviously you can see in the Saints game. I mean, yeah, I know the Saints are banged up and they don't really have. I think the Chris Olave and their other guy is out, you know, for the season. So, but yeah, I mean, they knew not to throw it his way. You know, he locked down that part. So you know, I just hope it continues, especially in this Eagles game. We'll definitely see. But I mean, the Eagles know. You know what I'm saying? He a dog. You know, obviously him and versus who's that? Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Him and Mike Evans had a war together over there in New Orleans with Tampa and stuff. And
I mean, Vazquez did not get a lot of touches.
Yeah, man. He was in a tough division over there, man. So him coming over here is a great addition, man. I love it. I'm happy about it. I know y'all should be happy about it. The only thing that I've heard from Saints fans is when he's on the field, he's great. You know, and that's just what it is. They need to keep him on the field because when he's out, they're like, what happened to him? What happened to him? You know, so he gets banged up. You know what I'm saying? So tough player. You know, tough player. He plays great. Lockdown dude. We definitely. He's still in his prime.
Right.
It's not like he's super old. He's 28 years old, just like how we got Josh Norman.
Yeah.
So I say that this is a great move, and we got like a top 3 best corner in the league right now. So I'm happy. I'm super excited. We needed a lockdown guy. Y'all know, and Washington's history, man. Champ Bailey, y'all. I mean, we've had a real good corner in Champ Bailey. So even Darryl Green. So I mean, this is what we definitely needed for Washington, man. I'm happy. He looks better in burgundy gold in anyways than that black. So he looked better. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've had a few good ones. So hopefully this guy is a good addition. And you brought up Josh, Norman and how good he was. I feel like we acquired Lattimore at the right time. You know, he finds his new scenery. He changed his attitude about who he wants to play with, play for. He improves the team. We need it for our defense. We've been struggling back there, and we've been looking for veteran experience. Sean, how much veteran experience does he give us, man?
Oh, absolutely. He definitely does.
Like,
He definitely does. I don't like the Josh
there's
Norman.
nothing bad that we have concluded about this.
I think what he is what Josh Norman, what we expected from Josh Norman when you came in, and was that excitement, like you said, that lockdown guy. And I'm all excited. I'm excited. I'm skeptical. I'm always skeptical because I'm like, and I totally agree that he is that dude. But think about this. If he's that dude and we had him to start, I would never give him away. You know what I mean? So that's what
right.
Why were they so quick to get rid of my man? So that's where I'm kind of, and that might be more for the hamstring injury, the fact that he's been here since the trade deadline, which was 4 weeks ago, and now he's finally getting in there playing.
Yeah,
so that's going to be something.
We've needed the help. We've got a serious count of weapons with Aguilar, AJ Brown, with all of them in Philadelphia. You know, he wasn't such a. I mean, you can't say it wasn't, but he was. He was a big detriment in that game. He had 0 people throw to his side. You know, with this Philly game, he's going to lock number 1 down. Do you feel he's going to have that, or do you feel Sanders still is going to have that chance? Like, I feel Lattimore's got that veteran experience to go after A.J. Brown a lot. He's going to probably have him locked down. Do you see, what chances do you think that he's going to improve our defense into the postseason of doing this? Like, do you think, everybody's going to have a better game with him on the field or a worse game? Like, he still might be injured, but, does that injury last half a game, a whole game? What do you guys think?
The hamstring injury. So essentially, the more you run, the more it could be aggravated. So we'll see. The great thing about last week is nobody went to his side. The bad thing about last week is nobody went to his side because now you're not getting tested. So the worst thing you can have for a hammy is to have it cold and not have it stretched and worked out. He's going to be running Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown for Philly, all those guys. You talked about Aguilar. I mean, he had us for Baltimore, and Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. We're gonna have to. He's not just gonna see A.J. Brown. He's probably gonna have to see a bunch of guys. So it's gonna be hard. Shout out to this guy. It would take too much to trade up to get him. I don't think we're willing to give all that up. But if he were somehow to fall to us, bro, I would take him in a heartbeat. But I don't think we're going to be in the running.
Yeah, if he fall for us for sure, man. But if that was that one piece that we needed on offense, it seemed like we still need like O-line. It looks like with B-Rob, looks like we probably need to add another running back too. A tight end because Zach Ertz, unless Ben Sinnott definitely step up. But if that was our one piece, I would definitely trade up.
I was thinking tight end.
Yeah, but
What
if
is he
he's
gonna
top
play?
5, I think he's top 5, right? I think he's top 5. Yeah, he's it.
What is he gonna play in the league?
Right.
Because if he plays wide
Is he
receiver,
playing corner or is he playing wide receiver? I think he's gonna play wide receiver, but
I mean, look, he
wants to
I mean,
play.
obviously won the Heisman. He won the best wide receiver award. Although I disagree with that. Nick Nash I thought was a lot better at San Jose State, and by the numbers he was. But Travis, the durability that Travis has, the intelligence that he has, he definitely.
I think he'll
mean,
stay defense.
it's worth it.
he's a
I don't know
dog. Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog.
all that in the pros that he did in college, but who knows?
Right,
We'll see.
right.
But
He is a little.
You're gonna have to move him out to get the guy. So I don't think we're going.
Yeah.
He is a little small, undersized too, though. I mean, y'all think he is?
We'll see.
He is undersized for right now,
Thanks
but
for the question.
he's got potential. That's a lot of potential for him to grow into whatever he wants to do. That's why I say I would see him as a wide receiver rather than defense right now, just because of his size. If he doesn't get that extra 20 pounds he probably needs on him.
But yeah, if he fall for us, like if he get past 10, if he get past 15, I would definitely that question that the guy. Then yeah, I would definitely talk about it. But I don't see him passing 10. I don't see him passing.
I can see him as a
passing
rating.
2.
I don't see him passing 10. There you go, Sean. I don't see it either. I don't see it.
Great question, but we not going to be in that position because of where we're at right now, unfortunately.
Like,
and even if we
Oakland's
were
going to
in that
probably be
position,
your best chance at
I don't
seeing
think
him.
we'd have to give up.
Now Oakland, I feel like going to a quarterback. He might go with your boy Sean. He might go with Drake. He might go with Drake May. I think Patriots might snag that up. I would be surprised.
The other part about this is Dion is in charge of where he's going, and he's already said that he don't want Shador or Travis going any of those places. He don't want them going to a place that's not going to win. Now I can see Shador potentially going to the Raiders, and I know that's kind of crazy with what I just said, but you got to think the person who Shador's been working with Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a part ownership in the Raiders organization. They have a coach in Antonio Pierce that is a player's coach that Dion is going to be real cool with. They got some pieces at tight end and some things. They might be something in the next couple of weeks, so that might be somebody that they go with. But I don't think.
Hey, Sean, my boy better than Sanders, man.
Who?
My boy better than Sanders.
Who? Lattimore?
Nah, Cam Ward.
Oh, Cam Ward. It's gonna be interesting to see, man.
I'm just talking shit. You know I'm talking.
I'm glad. I mean, you saw what he turned Miami around, man.
Yeah, he did, bro. I was super happy for Cam, bro. I'm super happy. I hope the Raiders or one of them teams get him for sure, man.
Miami what 8-0 this year, didn't they? Didn't they go undefeated?
I think they only lost 1 or 2 games.
2. We lost 2 games. We lost Syracuse. That really knocked us out. But yeah, we were 10-2. 10-2. Yeah.
Dang, bro.
There was a lot of games that they was. What was great about him is resiliency, because there was a lot of games they was trailing. They
were bad.
But I wonder what it's going to take for him to have that success, because Miami's got some solid pieces. I would go to that receiver Xavier Restrepo all day long.
Bro, if he falls to us, that's my guy, bro. I hope we get him in the 3rd or 4th if he falls there.
He ain't gonna fall to that.
If he falls 3rd or 4th round, I want that dude. He could be our slot guy. If
he falls that far, that means they found some stuff about him that dropped his stock, because he's one of the top guys out right now.
Yeah, he is. He's a dog. He's a
top 10 receiver on the block.
He's a dog.
All right. So we got your boy locked in, Lattimore. We know he's gonna be a crucial weapon. Period. Right. So let's talk about our division. We've got Philadelphia, the one team, they're a well-oiled machine. They're just like Kansas City. You hate them winning, but they winning. They're coming to our house, and we got to figure out some way to beat them. But over time, I feel like Washington should be top of our division for the next couple of years, right? Now, Dak ain't gonna be doing nothing. I'm gonna say that now. DeVito ain't gonna be doing nothing. New York gonna have to really jump on the bandwagon for getting a quarterback if Cam Ward don't go there. That's what I was about to bring up. was he might go to New York if they
Oh man, don't say that, bro.
do
Don't say
that
that.
bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to pick up a quarterback. But you know, there's a lot of potential for our team to lead this division. You know, Philadelphia is on the high step of okay, they're about getting washed out. They acquired, you know, an elite running back, which is keeping that team above everybody else. And Saquon Barkley is doing above and beyond. He's just a monster. You can't stop that man. But we can try.
Yeah.
So, you know, with Philadelphia, it's almost time. He'll take them reins real quick soon. Now, I don't know if it's gonna be this year. I don't know if it's gonna be next year. But I'm gonna plan it that we might lose to them this year and see them in the playoffs and we whoop their ass. So, you know, if that happens by the grace of God, I'm gonna say that now. You know, we might lose to them Sunday, but we see them in the playoffs and we like wax that ass. You know, excuse my language, but you know, I'm gonna wish that. Give it to me. Like, you know, what do you think about our division, Sean? Like, how do you look at it right now with how it's looking?
At the minute, it's a 3-team race, but I wouldn't sleep on the Giants. Like I think you alluded to it. They are due for a draft, and they have that compensation from the trade of Saquon and all that. Saquon Barkley, like I think they might be ready to start building something up. They got cap. They finally are getting out of that whole Daniel Jones deal and all that money they gave him.
Yeah,
They're
he went
blank.
to the Vikings, right?
Huh?
He went to the Vikings, didn't he?
Yeah, and that was huge because now, you know, they're gonna have some money with them with the Giants. That they're still right now the lowest in the division, but yeah, I get y'all's feelings about Hurts and Dak. I totally get it. But I still think it's a 3-team race. I think Dallas has proven that they still kind of have our number, and even I think we can get the dub. I personally think we can win this week against Philly.
Right.
But I think if we see them in the playoffs, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think we're in the playoffs. They're gonna wax us. Like
Mhm.
I have no faith in the playoffs.
I'm just on it, man.
I think we can win this game, but I mean, it's realistically, I think what the issue is going to be is that you know we're limping in right now. That's what I think it is. Now, this question, is this question for this year or for like the next 5 years?
I feel that's like the next 2 to 3 years. We should ask that question, just because that's when everybody's going to start disappearing.
Yeah,
I got a lot of 2-year guarantees that are going to be gone really quickly.
Well, I mean, even in 1 year, I mean, we still got to see if we can, you know, what are we going to do with Chin? What are we going to do with
Lou and Wagner on 2 years, right?
Yeah, Lou Bobby's on 1. Yeah, Lou was on 3 year. Armstrong was on 3 year. Chin is on 1. Bobby Wagner's on 1. We got Marshawn Lattimore. He's on his 2-year contract.
But that's how much, because once we start having to pay that contract next year and really get into that, how much is that going to be? You know, a lot of that money that would go to Splash is going to go to his contract, which technically that is a splash. He is that dude, and if we get him at his full complement, then 100%. But right now, honestly, with what we can do, right now I'd still put us at 2 in the division. I think Philly, as long as they got Sirianni and now they got Saquon, I think they got it. That defense is elite. Dallas is still Dallas. I mean, without Dak, they didn't have Dak. They didn't have.
I mean, it's actually Parsons really now.
Huh?
So it's really Parsons now because it's their defense. Like, that's what's putting their offense back on the field is their defense.
Yeah, Cooper still beat us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, we can't. And I know y'all are like, you're Debbie.
But we fumbled on giving them too much credit. We didn't pressure. We didn't do this. We gave them too much credit, and they just ran over us.
No, we shut them down in the first half. It was
It was 3-3.
3-0. It was 3-0 for
We shot ourselves
Philly.
in the foot, man. We played terrible.
In the
No,
second half,
no excuse. No excuse.
well, in the second half, it's the tendency of the team. In the second half, what our defense has struggled, and we are a 3-quarter team in the second half. Once you get to that fourth quarter, if we don't have a significant lead, we struggle, and we saw that in this game too. So we got to fix that problem, obviously. But as far as going in the next 2 to 3 years, I think Philly still has a lock on this right now with the pieces they have. I think we're going to be toe-to-toe with Dallas. The X factor is going to be the Giants, but I still think we got 2 out of 3. I think we can be the number 2 spot for some time, but I'm still worried about Dallas because they still got our number.
Okay. We're gonna work on that. And it's a lot of like, all right, who can stay uninjured, who can stay with the team the longest. It's a lot of variables, right? We're just gonna have to create that atmosphere like we are now of people that want to come to our team. With Adam Peters doing such a great job distinguishing the right people that need to come to Washington, it's helping the aura of Washington. It's helping people that want to come to the team. It's helping the corporation of Washington. Like, everything's becoming such a positive nature. Now, it's not the residue of Dan Snyder anymore, politically bound that something is going to come awry. So I feel, our guys in the front office are distinguishing a lot better, creating that like border between what needs to stay front office and what needs to stay into the locker room. We will see over time how that influences our team and helps them get better, right?
Yeah.
So we go into this Philly game. They're going to be at our home. I'm tired of these motherfuckers coming into our house saying it's our home. Period. So this game, I better see lights out, everything all on it, 110% from everybody in this freaking locker room. Alex, tell me what you got, because I'm fired up for this game. Who do you want to see the improvements from coming in this game?
Yeah, man. Like we said, I think the first time we played Philly this year at their house, we actually played good in the first half. We were stopping Shaquan. Ertz didn't really do nothing. Our defense definitely stepped up, but our offense didn't do nothing. Our offense came flat. And you got to give credit to, give credit where credit is due. Philly's defense, man. Jalen Carter he needs the type of money. He needs the type of money that we're paying Deron Payne. That's the type of guy we need. At our D tackle spot. Jalen Carter's a dog. They got real good DNs. They got some young linebackers. They've been building this team up for the last few years. They got some real good corners. They got one of the top. I think the white dude coming out of what was it, Iowa, right? He's starting to solidify himself. They got real good secondary. That's a defense that's a defense kind of like we want. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give credit where credit is due. I'm gonna say right now, I think our future is bright. That's why I've been talking about the future this whole time. I think we will be better in Philly. I think we will be better in Dallas in the future. But right now, I got us at number 3. You got to give it credit where credit is due. Even though we are at number 2 in the division, but Dallas, like you said, Sean, they got our number. I hate Dallas. It hurts. Philly the same way. But until we can beat these guys, I'm still gonna put us at number 3. But like you said, Sean, I mean, they beat us with Cooper. There's no excuse, They
have a good luck charm over there somewhere that's beating our team.
Yeah, man, they really showed it what it is. Even though I hate Dallas as much as anything, but you got to give them credit where credit is due. Dallas has shown throughout the few years. I mean, what were they last year? They were 11 wins and something. So I mean, you just got to give it where credit is. I think our future is brighter than theirs, but right now, they put it on us. So, but yeah, if we can beat them, Giants, like you said, Anton, I'm not too worried about Giants. We beat them twice, but Dallas and Philly, man, we gotta put it on full throttle and not let up in the second half. You know, in offense of Kingsbury, you know, this high paced offense that we've had at the beginning, and the no huddle, and you know, with the run game, you know, we got to get this run game going. You know, we didn't really run nothing with B-Rob. Obviously Austin Eckler's out, but we didn't really run. You know, that's what we are. We're a running team. You know what I'm saying? And it really didn't show when we played Philly and in Dallas. It didn't really show. So we just gotta, you know, we gotta do it full throttle. You know, I think the future is bright, but right now they're better than us right now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
And that's sacrilegious, but I'm more nervous about Giants in the future than I am about Philly.
Oh, their picks.
You think? I don't know. I mean, Giants, they still have to find their guy. They still have to find that guy at quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I think the Giants are what we were last year. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
they had a good receiver.
Yeah, and now we know they got a dog in Malik Neighbors. We know they have some pieces on their D line. I mean, they gave us trouble in that first game. Like,
but hey, Sean, but you know, and I know, and Anton know that this is a quarterback league, and if they don't have their guy now, I agree with that.
That's my point. I'm saying that's what last year. That's what we were. We were without that position.
Oh yeah.
The Giants are this year, and the Giants are in the position that we were in last year as far as.
Now they have to find whoever.
So I think
they have to find that guy. Yeah. If they can find that guy, then yes, I think Giants, like you said, Sean, I think they can be scary. Absolutely.
Look, let's be honest. They don't really need to find a real dog. They beat us how many times with Daniel Jones? He was 5-1-1 against us before this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. That's why I'm worried about him, because I just don't like the Giants. They play us well. They play us well.
Philly, that team just is our
Philly
curse.
and Dallas, yeah. But the Giants, yeah. But that's over the next couple of years.
I agree with you. I mean, Giants are a young team. I think they got it, like you said, with Neighbors. I mean, Neighbors is a dog. I mean, you know, obviously with him and LSU, he was nasty. I like the boy even better at with Jacksonville, Thomas. Yeah, Brian. Oh my gosh, bro, he's even a dog. So I mean, yeah, I agree. I think Giants are a young team. They were, like you said, they were there last year. So if they find their guy, solidify, they find that guy. So I mean, yeah, it's good to see though that our division is tough. You know what I mean? Like everybody is tough now. You know what I'm saying? Because for years, you know, everybody used to laugh at us. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like. Philly's showing that. I mean, they beat Baltimore. You know, everybody always thought that the AFC was the toughest. You know, but the Eagles are starting to show that. Hey, like look over here in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? We nice too. So
let's be honest. They used to laugh at us.
Oh,
the rest of the teams are doing decent.
Well, when it comes to the Chiefs, when it comes to the Bills, you know, the AFC was always.
I'm talking about in our division.
Division, how bad we were. You know, our games were fumbling about. Like,
yeah, we were trash.
It was frustration. We can't do that now. We have nothing to really laugh at. We can laugh at New York having their issues of giving away Saquon Barkley in the same division, but you know,
the Barkley situation is something like Marshawn Lattimore. Really think about it. I mean, the Giants got rid of him because injuries, and they didn't know about signing him for the future because he was banged up, and they knew that when he was good and he was healthy, he was real good, but they didn't want to. They don't know if they wanted to pay that man that much money if he got injured again. Now he with Philly, you know, you have to take that risk. You know, maybe the Saints thought the same thing with Marshawn. Like, man, you know, at the end of the day, it's a gamble. You got to figure out which one you want. You know what I'm saying? And with Marshawn,
Would you have pulled the trigger on the Saquon trade? I don't know.
What I have?
Yeah.
For us?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying if you were the Giants, would you have pulled the trigger on that
Hell
trade?
No. Well, I would, but not to Philly though. You know, but I think they dropped him, right? And that's how Philly picked him up.
I thought they didn't trade him.
They traded him to the rival. Did they really do that?
Yeah.
That was one of the trades.
I didn't know they traded. I thought they just dropped him. No. They dropped him because they let him test free agency.
Did they? Oh, that might be. You could
Yeah,
be
they
right.
let him test free.
I'll
See,
have to go back and look at that one.
yeah, that's the tough thing. They let him drop and let him test free agency, and that I think that's what it was, because I remember the call from the owner or something. They were saying like, "We're gonna let you hit the market. We're gonna let you see," because I think they had a deal for him, but they was like, "You know what? We're just gonna let you see if you can get a bigger deal." And I think he found a bigger deal in Philly. So I mean,
I thought that's what it was, where they were going to give him.
I don't think they traded him to a rival. That's crazy.
They
I don't
traded
think
how much money was the difference, and I think he was like, "Okay, I like the money exchange that the Eagles had."
Yeah,
No, they let him walk. They traded Burns. Yep.
Yeah. They did let him walk. I was about to say it. You would trade that type of guy to a rival.
That's what they're saying.
That's crazy.
They put an offer to him, and they couldn't offer what Philly had, and they were just like, "Well, go ahead if you want to do it."
Yeah, and they let that happen, you know. And shout out to Saquon, man. I mean, he's doing crazy numbers. He possibly could be MVP. He's an incredible player, man. I mean, if I was the Giants, like you said, Sean, I would have done it. I would have definitely signed him, you know, because it's just that risk you have to take. But we all know, even though Saquon is showing something with running backs, what was it, last year and the year before, people were saying that running backs are starting to be devalued.
Yeah, I mean, we had what?
But Saquon is like, no, I'm running back. You know, Derrick Henry the same way. It's like, yo, you better sign these running back.
Derrick Henry, what's his name from Detroit?
Jamal.
Who's the other? There's three running backs, elite running backs that got traded this year.
Montgomery for the Bears. He went to the he went to Detroit.
Also, just got traded. So
he tore his ACL though. The dude for the Lions, Montgomery, I think.
Well, didn't Arian Jacobs from the Packers?
He went to the Packers.
Yeah, he a dog too. Yeah, he a dog. Yeah, he a dog.
That's four running backs that went to a different scheme and they're producing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, hey, look, I got a question for y'all. Would y'all sign B-Rob back if his contract was up this year?
Yes, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
He's improved the team. He's improved the stature of the running backs. I mean, Eckler's just helped him be the veteran running back, but that boy has done a detriment to that running back squad.
Yeah, I love B-Rob. I think he's definitely a big part of our offense. So yeah, man, if he can stay healthy, man, I don't want him to be injured.
I agree.
So yeah, man, these running backs, man, everybody said these joints is like it's devalued and this and that, man. I don't believe that, man. These guys, man, you got to sign these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, we've got some guys that are going to need it. I feel like Peters really has done a great job getting our personnel. You know, they're going to have to figure out by the end of this year, do they all want to play in the same locker room, you know? Mm-hmm. Here's Mr. Moral Support telling you these guys are going to have to, all 53, you know, Tressway going to be up in there like, boys, I'm going to play with y'all next year, right? Like, come on back. Like, that, you know, that's the dude. But we go into this game knowing that Philadelphia has it. They're, 9-2? No, 12-2?
Mm-hmm.
12-2.
Are they 12-2? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
So it's a high value team. You know, they know it works. We just got to bust it. Can we be one of them teams to do it? More than likely. So we're gonna go into them keys and scores for this week. I feel this week that with the key player being JD, I feel we had that scrambling problem last game. I hated it. I felt like he needed to be more versatile down the line to make those plays for his receivers. But in the same point, our receivers needed to catch the fucking ball. So, like, I still think Kay's going to let him throw the ball when he needs to. First half, it's going to be all that. If B-Rob, because B-Rob was a problem last game. They know that, right? So why not throw the ball now, then let B-Rob have it second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, just pound, you know, ground and pound. But this is where I'm saying, I told Deshaun, I swear, first quarter, they need to let him have the ball, let his improv take over so it confuses the defense. They already know KK's plan. So there's going to be blitzes every chance that they got. Let your boy improv, scramble out, get his receiver 10 yards down. Let him do it. He was good at that. Let him continue being that guy. Give me a player you have to look out for on this one, Sean.
I guess honestly, Jaden. I don't know that he's not able to do it. I think the thing about it, what we loved about Jaden in the first half of the season, is the same thing that's kind of potentially hurting him, in that he's extremely safe. He's been really safe. Like, how many weeks did it take him to throw his first interception? That's by design. And I think there's a lot to him where it's kind of like, all right, I gotta run. I gotta get out of here. I gotta be what I was at LSU. And I think that with that, I kind of disagree. I don't think we have to let him necessarily improvise as much as it is just kind of pick your poison.
Right.
Take your time, you know. You don't have to sit here and be this Superman and do all this stuff. You just got to play smart. And I think if he's able to do that, then I think he's going to be the X factor in this game and the next 3 games, because that's the difference. He's the difference from a year ago. We have a quarterback. We have somebody that can lead the team like that. So I think him being able to play smart, do what he needs to do, and yeah, kind of take over in the sense that he's, you know, maybe he's kind of, you know, putting his hand out the cliff and just no huddle and just running it again or calling his own. But then again, we don't know if that's where he's at.
Right.
You know, right. I mean, I think we're looking at him like he's this 5-year vet. He's still a rookie, so we don't know if he has
putting him in that
carte blanche. We don't know if he has that full control of the offense where he can just, okay, I'm audibling out of this or I'm audibling out of that. I think a lot of it with him is more, okay, I see this, I'm telling you what I see, hurry up so we can get it. Because I think, like what you guys are saying, one of the things that I think was really crucial that we're not doing now is that more up tempo. Now, if you don't have all your starting pieces, it's kind of hard to do that because you got guys that are backups coming in and you're trying to get them to go at the same speed, and they don't know, they're not acclimated with that. So
right.
That could be a problem.
First team right. Yeah,
I think that's what hurt us in the second half was because our center went out. So we were going at the slower pace to try and acclimate our offensive lineman that was replaced. And you are right. Having our quick set 15 seconds on the clock where JD has, and he can find his defense, see who's scrambling, who's playing one-on-one, it gives him that time. When we don't have our players, we don't get that chance. And you're exactly right. Not having all our players, he can't do that full potential. So, anybody you have on there besides, what I know somebody else we got to think about that's besides JD that can help this team. It's not just him. So
Terry. I think Terry here these last couple of weeks in the Titans game and in the Saints game, it's like we've been feeding Terry a lot more. That's good. I think there was one game where Terry didn't get the ball until the third quarter, or was that Jaden or was that Cliff? I don't know. It could have been a combination of both, but we definitely need to get Terry the ball more, especially in this Philly game. I think, he's definitely needs to be that game changer. I think Terry, he's playing the best football he's played throughout his whole career. He's got 11 touchdowns. I think he's second behind Jamar Chase, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, Terry he's balling right now. He's finally got his quarterback that he needs. But obviously Jaden, Jaden needs to be that guy. Hopefully, eventually the game, like we've been talking about, he's a rookie. Hopefully, the game will slow down for him. Through the future, once the game slows down for him, he'll definitely be the guy that we're definitely looking for. But yeah, Jaden
decisions won't be.
Jaden and Terry need to be that guy. Yeah, for sure, man. I think it's Terry.
I'm waiting for more long balls from those two, like them 50, 60-yard bombs that we used to see. I'm waiting for it. Like, we need to see them. So, all right, fellas, let's get to going through our scores because it's getting late, and we need to. So, let's go around the horn. What scores do you think that we will have, and what effect will that go into the playoffs? If they win, if they lose, what do you decide, Sean? What's your scores?
I think we're going to win this game 25-23. It's going to be a close one late, and we're going to finally get a field goal to work for us, and I think we pull it out. I think we go 2-1. I don't know where that second loss is going to go. Actually, no, I'll say we go win all three. I still hold out hope that we could potentially win the division, but we would need to win this game, and then Philly need to lose the rest of their games, and then we'd still need help after that because we would then be both 12-5.
Yes.
And we'd both be tied as far as the tiebreaker because we would have played each other. So I'm holding out hope for that. But as far as this one, this is a big one. But we got to remember we got 3 more to go. Like this one, Atlanta, and I mean we're in playoff mode right now. We have
Sean, does that make you crazy?
No. I don't think that's crazy.
I'm just fucking. Does that make me crazy?
If you look at the teams we playing, Philly, we only lost them by 8 points. So
I know. I agree.
And then Atlanta, now they got their backup in.
Yeah.
I was worried if it was Kirk because Kirk, I don't know. I mean, I talk about those players on when they go to the next team, they always come back to us. You know, Trent's done it, Chase did it, Kirk.
Now they got
I was wrong.
Oh, Michael Penix, boy, that boy Penix.
But that boy's good. But it's more. It's not even just him. It's the weapons. It's the London. It's the Bajan.
Right.
All them boys and that new defense, and they actually got a kicker. So I'm kind of like, but even more, they need to win. Philly might coast because of the fact that they're already in the playoffs, but they're still battling for seeding.
They have to just clinch the spot.
Well, they already clinched that spot. As a matter of fact, let me check because I think
they need to get one more win to clinch the division spot.
They got to be.
So this ain't no. Yeah, they hungry for this win too. So.
But here's the thing, though. I'm talking about the spot for the playoffs because they are. Let me see. Yeah. So no, they're definitely playing because right now they have a potential to have the number 1 seed. If they get the bye week, then it's all for naught. So if they win this one and they get the bye week, that's going to be their big deal. Yeah. We live. Hey,
what's up, dude?
Game, I see it. I can dig it.
Okay, so you got what 24?
Going on.
All right, that's what's up. So Alex, hit me with your scores, baby.
Man, I'm going. Oh man, I'm gonna go 20-21.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 2021. Sean, I love it, and I hope you're right. You know, I hope we went out three out, but I'm gonna get Philly. Philly gonna get us, but I think. Hold on. So if Philly beat us, we're not gonna see him in the playoffs if we make it in the first round.
It all depends on what Detroit does. Detroit and Philly are both 12-2.
Okay, so I got Philly beating us, and then I'm gonna go. We beat Atlanta, we beat Dallas, and then we're gonna meet Philly in the playoffs, and we're gonna beat Philly in the playoffs. That's gonna be a tough one. I know, but hey, I'm gonna say, does that make me crazy? That's why I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go that route, and hopefully, man, we they beat us in regular season, but in the playoffs, man, I think we advance to the second round. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got Philly, man. I just really tough, man, and I know they hungry for this win. So yeah, man, I got Philly winning this one. I want to go, Sean. I'm definitely going your route too. So whichever way, but yeah, I'm going 20-21, however it goes, man, whichever. But I think Philly got us on this.
Now let me tell you, this is Philly's toughest matchup because then they got the Giants and the Cowboys and the Giants.
Right.
So they might be crushing them jokers. Now we look at the Detroit.
We're gonna be the toughest one out of them.
Detroit has. Who they play next? Go ahead. I'm gonna look at who sees it.
So I have to figure that if we lose to them this time, we will wax them in the playoffs, right? They got our number, blah, 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 blase, blah, blah. I put my score 30-28 because they get it on the last 2 minutes. We're up 27, or they missed an extra point because they wanted to go for 2 to win the game. They get the ball back and they win it by a field goal. That's how I got it for the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that parlay. So it's going to be 27 that they're going to try and go for 2 to win the game, 28-29, but then they don't get it until they have to come back and actually get the 3 points.
Yeah. Are they banged up a little bit? My bad, Sean. Are they banged up? Because I know we're banged up. They're pretty good, aren't they? They're healthy. Is Barkley playing in this game? Because I think Barkley hurt himself in the Steelers game. Is he all right? Because I know AJ, I think, is good. They said that he rolled his ankle, but he's good. So I mean, like those key plays. I mean, Zach Ertz might be gone. He might skip a game. I know Austin Eckler. Y'all remember when we played Philly in the first game? There was a lot of dump passes to the running back. So I mean,
the only guys on their injury list are Britton Covey, the wide receiver, Brian Huff's on IR, their safety Sidney Brown is questionable, and Dallas Goedert, and Ben Van Sermon, their linebacker and tight end, they're on IR. Nobody else on there.
Is Dallas Goedert playing?
He's on IR. He's out.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, Zach Ertz might be on IR. So our Austin Eckler is obviously Noah Brown.
Ertz and Graham, they're questionable. Jonathan Allen is on IR. Kazmir Allen's out, and Noah Brown's on IR for us. Brandon
Graham on their team is out too, which helps which kind of frees up their defense a little bit.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough one. I think it's going to be a defensive game for sure. I think our defense is matched up with their. I think it's going to be a lot of punting in this game. I think they're going to punt. We're going to punt. It's definitely going to come down to whose offense is going to step up, and I really do hope our offense steps up, man. And that goes back to our Anton with the key players. Yes. What key players on offense is going to step up? I think defense. With Marshawn Lattimore, we didn't even talk about Mike Sanders still, straight dog. I feel confident Mike Sanders still guarding Brown and Smith. St. Juice finally he's out, so I mean he's on the bench. So with Marshawn Lattimore and these guys, I think they're gonna stop the wide receivers pretty well. Right. In the first game, I think they only held Smith and Brown, both of them guys, to 9 catches each. Both of them combined 9 catches in, I think it was less than 60 yards or something. So
it was like 63 yards they had combined. Yeah.
So they're gonna run. They're gonna run the hell out of Barkley if he plays. So I think it's gonna be a defensive game for sure. I think with our linebackers that we have, and I think which offense is gonna step up? That's what it's gonna be.
Like I feel like right now we have to have a point where we are getting frustrated with not having
whole gear on today. Yeah, Zach Ertz and Jeremy, they had the whole gear. Yeah, that's great news, man. Hopefully they play because we definitely need Zach Ertz in this game. My bad, Anton. I was reading.
Yeah, we were talking about Zach Ertz earlier about not having gear on until like we'd find out tomorrow or something. But as well, like, getting to that point of like filled it, like, just having everybody there. We need it.
Yeah,
it's going to be a detriment to like everybody playing 100%.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be frustrated if we can't if we get into the red zone and we can't get 7 points. Like Sean, you're going to see my frustration or probably hear me from all the way down here. How pissed I'm going to be when we can't get 7 points or we get flags. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. So I just hope we don't have that problem. Like, we can have that mental discipline to not get all these flags, all these offensive, offsides, whatever it may be.
We need another receiver in this game. I'm just gonna make
Hey. De'Ame, hopefully De'Ame step up in this game, bro. De'Ame, come on.
I hope so. But last game he had 1 catch for 4 yards. Like our best receiver is on IR right now. Austin Eckler had 8 catches for almost 100 yards in that game, and Zach So that's what I'm saying. Like we need somebody else to show up. Especially, I mean, even with Ertz, I'm glad he's playing, but Ertz was slow before, so now that he's in and
I
he's
mean,
injured, it's like, ooh,
this is
what
why
Ertz?
we haven't. I don't know why we haven't trusted like the young guys like as much. Like, what is going on that they're not getting trusted in Showtime as much?
Well,
You
that's
know?
the thing. That's where we gotta trust the coaches. If the coaches are seeing that, then it's not like I don't think a lot of it is as much as let's give these guys a chance. I think a lot of it is,
I agree with you,
we are fans. We are
Agree with-
fans. But we're not at every practice. We're not at every game. We're not at every press conference. These guys see this stuff. They go through practice and they see how these guys are playing. And I think they're kind of like, I just can't trust to put this guy out here. I just can't trust to give this guy this situation. And I
Right.
think that's something that where it's kind of like, they're doing the best with what they have.
See, your boy Prop brings up almost the same conversation we had about JD not
JD,
getting out of his head in that first quarter and how he stayed in it the whole game. Yes, that happens. JD had like stage fright where the first quarter, the first few games he was doing it. He was getting all fearful, he was getting scared, whatever, hypertension in that pocket, and he never got out of it in the Philly game. I do hope he gets out of those like starting jitters. Okay, I need to be feared of this, be feared of that, and just play the game. Like he knows he's that good of a quarterback. He just needs to get into that aura that he can carry it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the defense that dictates it because
I mean, you're right. You're right. Philly is a nightmare to play, bro.
Philly defense, man.
But with all that, they only sacked us 3 times, which is kind of crazy when you look at how many sacks we just gave up. So then I think the question starts to become, how healthy are we on our O-line? Because if we don't have Biotish in there, and shout out to Dieter for doing whatever he could, but there's a difference when we don't have the quarterback of that O-line. Because when you don't have him, now all of a sudden Allegretti is in here holding people. Cosme played in the last game, but he was dog sick. He was not feeling, so he gutted his performance. Y'all wanted to see a gutsy guy. That's what it was. I think as far as that first game, we all knew Jaden. Well, 2 of the 3 of us knew Jaden was hurt. Some of us were in denial.
Hey, look. I still don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
He said, Ribs, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't. I really don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they don't send a lot of blitz. They don't have to send a lot of blitz. Their front 4 can get it done themselves. So that's something that is going to
That boy Jalen, that boy Carter, that boy Carter.
He good. David Carter, look, at the end of the day, we Saquon. Saquon's the X factor. We have to stop him. He was the one who gashed us for almost 150 yards last game, and we still only lost by 8 points. We got to sit here and get.
We got to get those opportunities when we get on the other side when we get on our side of the field. It's our point. We need a score. It's been our fault the last couple games where we get into that red zone, we kick ourselves in the foot. We shoot ourselves with a shotgun and back ourselves up out of it. Then we try and trust our kicker, and Seabird ain't going to be in this game, so we can't trust the kicker at this point. We need a score.
We only beat ourselves if we watch the Steelers game. When we play the Steelers, we beat ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, at the end of the day, there's 2 teams that are battling out with close games. Somebody has to lose, and we lost. We shot ourselves in the foot, especially when it came to that Philly game. We shot ourselves in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Defense kept coming out. Offense didn't produce. Defense can only do so much until they get tired. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, that's why Barkley finally broke one. You know what I'm saying? So our offense has to beat their offense. Like, our offense has to step up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where I go back to my key player being JD5, because here's the other part. Obviously, I already know this, that in the Washington fandom, it is sacrilegious to come against JD5 and say anything negative. I remember when I did the same thing for RG3, where I was just like, pump the brakes, and everybody was ready to crucify me. All I'm saying is, I honestly, I think we all know the talent he is. I'm not debating or disputing any of his ability and how great he is. But I think there are some things that where in a game like this, or in some of these type of games where, maybe there is a little bit something that he has to do differently here and differently there. And we can all give him a pass because it's better than we've ever had. But I think holding him accountable is beneficial for him. Right. Because I think one of the things that killed Robert was everybody said, "Oh, you're the best thing," and we don't care that you're a one-read quarterback.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like we gotta hold these dudes accountable. Like, look, and at the end of the day, I'm nitpicking because it's like you are our Superman. So
No, you
why
should,
does everybody have
you got to though, like you said, bro, and I agree with you. Like you gotta give these guys, you gotta hold these guys accountable. In that game, versus the Saints, he got sacked 8 times, but was that all on the O line? Nah, it was some on JD. He held the ball too long. So yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with you
He ran
100%.
into the Chase Young sack. He tried to scramble out, ran right into Chase Young. So I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
So
hey,
yeah, I agree. I agree with you. You know me. I'm just. You know how I am. I'm just.
we're not gonna be the daggone Giants in here if we score a touchdown. The kicker missed the extra point. I'm going for the whole game. Look, I understand, but we ain't the Giants this year, man. We ain't gonna do that. We can't.
Hey, is that kicker coming in?
Who was it? Is it
The one that missed? Nah. I'm talking about our guy that everybody's hype on. The one that missed it. The one that missed the kick in the Dallas game. The guy that played so well, and then he
wanted to cut right away.
Yeah. You said no. I'm talking about what's the name? Austin. I think his name Austin.
Yeah, the one you wanted to cut.
Yeah. So is he playing? Is he playing?
He's not on the injury list, but I'm trying to look.
Okay. I know everybody's hype on him because he made them 7 field goals in one game, or 7 or 8 field goals in one game. Something.
I mean,
bro,
man couldn't even kick it out the. He couldn't even kick it out the damn end zone for that dude to grab it. I don't know. I know y'all hype on dude. I'm not hype on that one.
Why are we concerned if he can't kick it out the end zone?
What'd you say?
Why are we concerned if he can't kick it out the end zone?
Well, you got to because he won 100% healthy. That's what, I don't know why the fuck he was in that game.
That's what I'm asking. Why does it matter that he can't kick it out the end zone?
No, I'm just saying.
When it comes to kickoff,
I think we got one of the best coverage teams in the league. I think let them return it. That's good for me. My thing is, I agree with you. He don't have the length because he couldn't kick over 50, but he also had that injury issue.
He did, and that goes back to the training staff on that. Like, why would you put that dude in if you want 100%?
Wait, hold up. Are you saying that if somebody is not 100%, we shouldn't start them?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. Yeah, I'm glad you looking. I'm gonna look up 2 answers.
Hey, no. But when it comes to a kicker that can't kick it out the daggone thing, and you got that fast dude in the NFL that's gonna,
bruh. When you have your quarterback holding his stomach and sitting here,
I don't know what you're talking about. He held his stomach because the chain was too long. It was hitting his wrist.
Hey, hold nobody accountable. But this is it right here. It's coming down to coaching. I think whoever controls in the trenches, and that's absolutely right. But we have a healthy O-line going up against that stout defense. That's going to be, God, it's so killer.
Yeah,
we're going to have a healthy O-line because that defense is nice.
Yeah, I feel like you were right about it earlier too, Sean. When we were talking about like the fluidity of how fast we can move up and down the field. It's going to be how the effort of our O-line too is like, if they're good together, we can have a good time of moving the ball down the field. Everybody's trust is there and stuff like that. With that O-line, now that Ertz isn't going to be playing as much, Bates is going to be a big time blocker in this game.
Hey, can they give the ball to Rodriguez? Can they give the ball to Rodriguez? Can we see Rodriguez in this game, please?
If I heard you, McNichols is going to be number 1 today. He is going to be number 1.
Brian Robinson and Chris Rodriguez need to be the bell cows in this game, man. They need to run the ball.
McNichols is going to run that ball.
Oh my goodness.
He is going to catch it like McKissick, and he's going to be that screen option. All of a sudden, you're going to look like the fake handoff. He's going to pop out for like 7 yards. Watch.
If you do that in Philly, I won't talk about Rodriguez no more. You do that in Philly, I won't talk about him.
I think the thing about Rodriguez is he's similar to a B-Rob. And I think what they showed us when they got Eckler is that what we want is kind of a fire and ice, a lightning and thunder, where you have Austin as kind of the scat back, wide receiver back, and then you have B-Rob as the bruiser. So when you bring in two bruisers, it's kind of like, well, if they shut down that run up the middle, then you know what I'm saying, it's not you need. I think they're looking at that change of pace, and I think that goes to what Anton was saying about, we're kind of becoming a little transparent with our
I get it.
and all that stuff.
That RPO and all that stuff like that. Like the scheme is just getting.
No, I get it, Anton. I get, it's a scheme. I get it. I'm just saying. He's hungry, man. He's hungry. He wants to.
I feel like we need to like run so fluid at one notion before we get to doing like the extra stuff, the trick plays, the trusting we can do this and that before we, I think that's where like KK is like Cliff his coaching is standing out so much because when we have one player down, everything has to go basic. And when you have everybody there, everybody can do their own trickery, their own special to their, whatever sauce they want to give to that play, they can, and they make it look different. But when you have a new player standing in, it's like everybody has to go simple so that it can run fluid. And I think that's where I wouldn't say is the problem, but I feel like there's not enough chemistry with enough people yet. Like,
right. Okay, so we talked about key players, right? And what key players that need to step up. What players do you think that need to step up will step up in this game? Like, for example, like I think a player you think Rodriguez will step up? I think De'Ami Brown will step up in this game.
De'Ami Brown.
I think De'Ami Brown will solidify. You think?
Look, I swear to God, he needs to touch like.
He said, "Nah."
Like, yo, I swear to God, if his stats ain't like 4 passes, 63 yards,
bro, I got him get 9 catches. No, I'm just fucking with him.
I love De'Ami. I love him. You know that, but
I know you do. I know you do.
I feel like
at the point where prove it. You got to prove it.
Sanat needs.
He's got to more reps.
Yeah.
Like those two right there need to like do something because we need
Ben Sinnott. Yeah, Ben Sinnott. Like you said, Ben Sinnott. I haven't seen. You said it, bro. He needs to be that guy.
That's what they're doing is helping that O line. That's all they're doing. Everything.
Yeah, all they doing is blocking. You're right, and I feel like Ben Sinnott needs the ball, bro.
We're a lot of the help that. Yeah, Sean, we didn't see it this year, but we saw it against Pittsburgh. Was because Eckler was kind of motioned out. That they had to use the tight ends for the help, right? So with that being it, Eckler is picking up anybody in the gaps that's, blitzing help. That gives JD the passing help, is somebody to help pick up the blitz. But I wish we had the better O-line.
I agree, Ben.
Let the tight end free. And I don't think we have that. Like, we don't have an O-line like New England, where Gronk could run out 5 yards and catch the ball. We don't have that.
Yeah.
That's where, like, I don't think KK has the coachability of a tight end for that. Ertz was
how's Coleman doing? Because I haven't really paid attention too much.
Chase definitely worked him.
He's improving.
Oh, Chase worked him? Chase
did.
Yes. Yeah, Young. Yeah, that's sad right there. That's sad.
But I mean, that's a one-off though, because he honestly, for being a 3rd-round pick and being, a rookie being in there, he's been great for the majority of the year. His overall grade, I'll give him a B, something like that.
Okay,
I think to your point, Anton, what we have in Ertz is more than just that player. It's that.
Yeah, he's got that mentality there.
Exactly. But then also, Ertz came from Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was at Arizona, Cliff was at Arizona. Ertz knows Cliff's moves, his plays, his whole. So that's been able to help. What's his name? JD5 and everything.
Yeah, transition.
Annette, Ben Sinnott, and Bates.
These guys are
all new. Yeah, all new.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they are catching on as quickly because I mean, I'm looking at Sinnott. Sinnott only has 5 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown the whole year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Now a lot of that is a problem.
But a lot of that is Ertz. So Ertz playing as well as he has, because Ertz, if I'm not mistaken, was top 2 wide receivers on the team. Like he has 54 catches for over 500 yards. So he's getting all the attention. And now these guys aren't getting out.
But that's where I feel like, yeah, he's getting the attention, but where's the attention to the young players that actually need to step up and be that?
Luke needs to step up.
This is where I kind of go on the players. I'm like, yo, if you want them to see you, you got to show up and show out.
Yeah. That's and this is why we need all these young guys to step up. That exact motivation is what needs to draw them. Like they need to have that heart, that vibe to like, all right, I need to catch the ball. I need to be out there doing this, doing that to like be that stardom, you know?
This is it. 100%.
Zacharias will be a tough loss more than anything because he's like a security blanket. Yeah, he is. No question he's a security blanket.
There's times where he'll come out of the huddle and he'll go to JD and be like, I got it. Like he'll tell him, hey, I'm going to be open. Look for me. Just like Larry did.
He's got a high Q on the field.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's the veteran experience that we have with Ertz, and that's the reason why he has been. Because if you look at it, Sennett, I think, in my opinion, is probably a better athlete than Ertz. Yeah. But Ertz has played the game. He's been around for years. He's had success. He knows how to go against different teams. And like Big Simple is saying, it's a security blanket. He is he's another coach on the field with his seniority. And that's where I'm kind of like, is it just the youth for the Sennett and Bates, or for Bates? I just think Bates is a blocker. I don't know, but Sennett, we all saw him in the combine and the preseason how well he could do, but I just something I don't know what it is. Why he's not? Maybe it's Ertz is playing so well, but I don't know why he's not.
I think it possibly could be the connection. JD5 and Ertz, like you said, I mean their connection is very well. If JD5 feels more, connected with Ertz, he's going to throw it to Ertz than Sennett. That's why you don't see the ball thrown to Luke McCaffrey and to De'Ami Brown. You see more Terry and all these guys because JD5 feels more comfortable throwing to these guys. You know what I'm saying? Either that, or it could be misconception of not seeing them, or holding the ball too long. I mean, again, we have a rookie at this quarterback, so. But yeah, I agree with you.
I think to your point, that's what Ertz does is when he sees that the play is Jaden's getting rushed and Jaden's in trouble, Ertz breaks off his route. He doesn't say, "Oh, I got to continue this route." He
right.
So I need to do it, and that's to your point, Anton. These guys got to learn that. Okay, my quarterback's in a situation. I need to bail him out. Yes. I need to be there and step up in there. And
right.
I don't think. It's almost like, how you have we've all played sports or done something. Sometimes, you're kind of shy. You're like, I don't want to say anything. But you can play, but you're like, I don't want to lift my hand. I don't want anybody to hear me.
Ertz going to lift his hand.
Nobody's going to hear you. Yeah, nobody's going to see if you stand behind 4 or 5 different players. You need to be up there like, get me. I want to be in this game. Like, I want to. And maybe that's not Sennett. Maybe that's not his thing. But
yeah, you might be right. Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
There it is. Big Simple, man, you coming out here dropping gems, buddy. You dropping knowledge on us, man.
Yes, sir. I mean, look, we've had a great discussion about this. This is a learning experience that our team needs.
Yep.
We know it's going to happen. When that glue is going to happen, that's anybody's news. We're glad we having all these players in one locker room, right? Like how these guys are all working together, gelling. Next man up needs to step up. And I think that's a lot of our own process of problems. We have good players at first on the first string, and then the second string fails us. So we have to try and find a lot of these players to want to play. I think that's a lot of our problem. So with that being said, Alex and Sean, I thank you for this discussion this week. We are ready for Philadelphia, and Philadelphia should be ready for us. I thank you, gentlemen, for the discussion we are talking about and this week and what it beholds. I will see you guys, next week, if we could do this. And we will talk about Philadelphia and our win over them. So holla at your boys, Sean. I'm going to see you, Alex, and I'm going to see you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Washington Football Roundtable. Till next time.
Gentlemen, football is back. Where's y'all head at right now? How y'all doing?